Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I am looking at is the UFO Pumpkin. Now, I have had this before, and I actually did a review on it last year, um, which I did not think I had actually done a review on this beer. I reviewed the bottled version, never had the canned version, and it's been a while since I've had it. So I'm excited to drink this one again. Um, This was packaged on July 29th, 2019. So not super fresh, but pretty fresh. They start making these early, I get really early, because pumpkin beers October. That's pretty much when most people drink these types of things. Anyway, it's 5.9% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs. It was originally introduced in 2011, and it has been released every year since then as one of the seasonal beers of the UFO line. This is an employee-owned brewery, Boston, Massachusetts, and Windsor, Vermont. It says on the label, Mass Bay Brewing Company, Boston, Massachusetts, yeah, Windsor, Vermont. Now, Mass Bay Brewing Company, UFO, is actually part of Harpoon Brewing. So UFO and Harpoon, it's the same ownership. So anyway, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open, give it a pour, and see what we're working with. I have no idea. I did not watch my last review, so I don't really remember what I rated it. So, and that's a good thing. I don't want to be influenced by what I thought about it last year. Obviously, people's palates change as time passes and get to try more and more different beers. There's your pour. Nice, hazy amber. Almost got a little bit of an orange hue to it. Nice three-finger, very creamy looking, khaki colored head. It may look more white on camera, but it's actually kind of a light khaki color. Um, like I said, creamy head. Nothing floating around in there. It is hazy, though. Wow, it smells like pumpkin pie. Um, well, maybe not quite pumpkin pie. I'm not getting the graham cracker crust thing that I got with the Southern Tier Pumpkin. That one was really something special. But yeah, I'm definitely getting the pumpkin pie type spices. Maybe some cinnamon, nutmeg, that sort of thing. Maybe a little allspice as well. It definitely smells very fall-like. More of the pumpkin pie spice than you get with like the Blue Moon Harvest wheat and some of the other more widely known widely known pumpkin beers, which are eluding me at this moment. But the big one that comes to mind is the Blue Moon Harvest Wheat, I believe is what it's called now. It used to be called the Harvest Pumpkin. Now it's just called the Harvest Wheat Ale, but it's brewed with pumpkin and the pumpkin pie spices. This one's got a lot of the spice action going on. Very festive aroma, to say the least. It smells very good. Not smelling any hops or anything like that. All right, so that's pretty much it on the aroma. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Mm. Yeah, very nice. You're getting the pumpkin pie spice notes right up front. Leads into a nice breadiness in the middle of the sip. Um, Very bready beer, which is nice. Not wheat, kind of like a toasted white bread in the middle of the sip. So it does taste like they use maybe some caramel malt, some roasted malt in here. The finish is very crisp, clean, dry, refreshing. 5.9%. Pretty standard for this type of beer. It does have a very dry finish as well, almost like a lager. Very good. It's one of the better pumpkin beers that I've had. My favorite is the 13.4% rum barrel aged pumpkin from Southern Tier. Um, and of course, I like the regular Imperial Pumpkin, which is I think 8%. Southern Tier Brewing Company out of New York, and I'm looking forward to buying the this year's version of the Kentucky Pumpkin Ale, which is a bourbon barrel aged pumpkin ale from Lexington Brewing Company, Alltech, which I've had before. I don't think I've reviewed that one though. I'll definitely pick up a 4-pack of that this year and review it for you. It's one of my favorites. This one is pretty good. It's not the best pumpkin beer I've had, but it's up there among the standard line of pumpkin beers. And what I mean by that is just your basic lower ABV, not your exquisite barrel aged stuff or your really high ABV imperial stuff that I've had. This one's up there in quality. Um, Very, very well made. Harpoon, UFO. I mean, they make great beers. The quality control is outstanding. They've been making this beer since 2011. So they know what they're doing with this thing, and obviously it's a pretty good seller because the distribution is pretty good from my understanding. At least here along the eastern U.S., I've seen it pretty much everywhere that I've looked or that I shop at. It's pretty much everywhere. Very, very nice. Very enjoyable beer. Pumpkin pie spices are coming through nicely. You got the nice breadiness in the middle of the sip. It's crisp, clean, dry, refreshing. Carbonation is medium, body is relatively light, so you can drink a few of these. It's just a winner, guys. So I'm going to go with a 94 out of 100. It's a pretty solid A beer. I would definitely recommend it if you're into the seasonal beers, particularly the pumpkin beers. You like that pumpkin pie spice flavor. You're really going to dig this because it's got all of that. And it's a really well-balanced beer at the same time. Not too much alcohol, not too much bite on the finish, very dry and refreshing. So 94 out of 100 for the UFO Pumpkin. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.